It's 2023, and like any other year, it's definitely going to be one to remember. But there's still so much to look forward to as we eagerly await what the future has in store for us. Here are some unforgettable events date-wise that have happened in the world in 2023 so far. January 1, Croatia replaced its national currency, the kuna, with the euro. Croatia adopted the euro as its currency on January 2023, becoming the 20th member state of the Eurozone. A fixed conversion rate was set at €1, 7.5345 kuna. January 24th. The doomsday clock was set at 90 seconds to midnight after new escalations in Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The doomsday clock represents how close the world is to a major catastrophe or all-out nuclear war. This adjustment brought the clock the closest it had ever been to midnight since its creation in 1947. February 6, Turkey and Syria were struck by a catastrophic 7.8 magnitude earthquake that killed 59,259 people. Over the next 3 weeks, the region was hit with over 10,000 aftershocks. It was the deadliest earthquake in Turkey since 526 AD and Syria since 1822. On February 11th, the Armenian-Turkish land border opened for the first time in 35 years. The border was opened briefly to allow a convoy of vehicles carrying aid to disaster-struck areas of Turkey affected by the 2023 Turkey-Syria earthquake. The last time the border was opened in 1988, when Turkey sent aid to Armenia after another devastating earthquake. March 17. The International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant against Russian President Vladimir Putin. The warrant was issued for the crime of forcefully deporting children from Russian-occupied parts of Ukraine into Russia. A warrant for the same crime was also issued against Russia's Commissioner for Children's Rights. April 20th. SpaceX's Starship rocket exploded 4 minutes into its first full flight test. The Starship rocket, the most powerful rocket ever built, is set to one day carry human colonists to Mars. Despite the explosion, SpaceX's engineers celebrated the launch as it provided invaluable data. May 1st. Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, resigned from Google amidst growing concerns over AI. The so-called godfather, who gained his nickname for his pioneering work in the AI field, resigned to help spread the word about the dangers of the emerging technology. May 25. The FDA gave Elon Musk the go-ahead to trial his Neuralink brain implants on humans. The FDA approval represents an important first step that will one day allow our technology to help many people, Neuralink said in a tweet on Thursday, without disclosing details of the planned study. It added, it is not recruiting for the trial yet, and said more details would be available soon. June 8th. Former U.S. President Donald Trump was formally accused of mishandling classified documents. Former President Donald Trump said Thursday night that he's been charged by the Justice Department in connection with the discovery that hundreds of classified documents were taken to his Mar-a-Lago home after he left the White House, a seismic event in the nation's political and legal history. June 16. The rules for the Grammy Awards were updated to restrict AI-generated songs. The new rules clarified that songs that are fully generated by AI will not be considered for award. Songs that are only partly written by AI and have meaningful human contribution are still allowed. June 18. OceanGate's Titan submersible imploded during an expedition to the wreck of the Titanic. All contact with the submersible was lost just 1 hour and 45 minutes after Titan dove below the surface. 4 days later, Titan's wreckage was found about 500 meters from the Titanic. All 5 of the expedition's participants, including OceanGate CEO Paul-Henri Nargeolet, perished. July 26, Niger President Mohamed Bazoum was removed from office by a military coup. This made the 5th coup in Niger since it gained independence from France in 1960. The coup was condemned by many of the world's foremost institutions and political bodies, including the World Bank, the United Nations, and the African Union. August 19th, Russia's Luna 25 lunar lander mission crash-landed on the moon. The mission was Russia's space agency's first attempt to send a spacecraft to the moon. The last Russian attempts occurred in the 70s under the Soviet space program. August 23rd, India became the 4th nation to successfully land a spacecraft on the moon. India followed in the footsteps of Russia, China, and the US, with the touchdown of its Chandrayaan-3 moon lander. India's moon landing is quite different from all other landings though, as it was the first to land on the moon's unexplored South Pole. September 12th, Kim Jong-Un arrived in Russia by armored train to hold talks with President Vladimir Putin regarding potential military cooperation. Kim Jong-Un has arrived in Russia on his armored train for a rare summit with Vladimir Putin to discuss a possible deal to supply North Korean arms for the war in Ukraine. September 13th, UFO expert Jaime Maussan presented the bodies of 2 alleged aliens before the Mexican Congress. Maussan had made several debunked claims in the past, and on this day, he presented the mummified aliens with the claim that they are not part of our terrestrial evolution. Scientists worldwide have since decried the entire thing as yet another elaborate hoax. October 5th, research into fossil footprints at White Sands National Park in New Mexico confirmed humans were in the Americas at least 21,000 years ago. According to former theories, the Americas was only populated about 15,000 years ago via the Bering Strait between modern-day Russia and Alaska. The new research used multiple methods to determine the footprint's age, with all results pointing to a date between 21,000 and 23,000 years ago. October 8th, Israel formally declared war on Hamas following a surprise attack by Hamas operatives in Israeli-controlled territory. At the point of the declaration, death toll had already risen to 1,100 from both sides. October 13th, Microsoft purchased Activision Blizzard in a record-breaking $69 billion takeover, announced that despite the takeover, gamers' favorite franchises would remain accessible to the usual platforms. Let's dive into some interesting facts. Number 1, 2023, in different numbers. If you've ever wondered how to write the year 2023 in Roman numerals, it's MMX3. And if you ever find yourself needing to know what 2023 looks like in binary, it's 11111011. Number 2, Chinese Zodiac 2023. According to the Chinese calendar, 2023 is the year of the rabbit, which occurs every 12 years. But did you know that the Chinese zodiac cycle also incorporates the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, gold, metal, and water? So 2023 is actually the year of the water rabbit, which only occurs every 60 years. So, as the calendar turns, let us embrace the opportunities that await, drawing inspiration from the tapestry of experiences woven in 2023, and step into the future with hearts full of hope and the knowledge that, together, we can shape a brighter tomorrow. Cheers to the closing moments of 2023 and the boundless potential that lies ahead.